Deion Sanders' CU Buffs get 322-pound boost after taking big strides on five-star Alabama target. Deion Sanders and the Buffs are making major moves in the transfer portal ahead of the 2025 season. Well, the Buffs have been no strangers to roster overhauls, with Sanders turning the portal into his personal shopping cart. In the past 2 years, they've lost 98 players, but brought in 95 new faces. And the gamble paid off in 2024 with a solid 9-4 record, Colorado's best showing since 2016. So, Sanders' blueprint is working, and the Buffs are only getting stronger. But will it work for the 2025 season? The 2025 transfer cycle is looking familiar for CU, with 28 new transfers coming in after losing 33 players to the portal this offseason. Deion Sanders and co. made their latest splash Monday, adding a former Maryland OT. As a 3-star recruit out of St. Francis Academy in Baltimore, he's the latest piece to a major puzzle. Colorado is banking on these transfers to fix an offensive line that's been plagued by sacks for the past 2 years. Honestly, with 7 new linemen in the fold, the Buffs are trying to rebuild their front 5 after losing 8 to the portal. But the latest piece in Colorado's transfer puzzle? None other than 6'5", 322-pound offensive tackle Andre Roy Jr. Roy entered the portal on April 17th and made a visit to Boulder over the weekend. Now, according to On3's Hayes Fawcett, he's officially committed to the Buffaloes. As a key starter for Maryland, Roy played in 7 games last season and allowed just 1 sack in 434 snaps. Now, with 2 years of eligibility left, he's poised to bring some much-needed stability to CU's offensive line. Well, Andre Roy Jr. came to Maryland as part of the 2022 class, ranked as the number 45 offensive tackle nationwide. He saw action in 6 games last season, but struggled with penalties and was set to face stiff competition for a starting spot. Then, with Maryland bringing in Connecticut standout Rotrell Perry to anchor the line, Roy chose a fresh start. Now, he's headed to a new stage under Deion Sanders. And given Roy's upside and experience, Coach Prime's move to grab him makes perfect sense. Honestly, in Boulder, he'll have a golden shot to shine in 2025. While building his roster through the portal, Deion Sanders isn't just reloading. He's also poaching. The Colorado head coach is now making noise on the recruiting trail, snatching a top-tier target right out of Alabama's sights. However, the latest buzz? A 5-star prospect who had the Tide's full attention is now eyeing Boulder. Simply put, Coach Prime is making bold moves, and the nation is watching. Deion Sanders' next big prize. Deion Sanders is making big strides in the race for 5-star Alabama target Cedarian Morgan, and Boulder just made its pitch. Well, the number 2 WR in the 2025 class lit up his CU visit, calling the Buff staff unreal and the vibe special. So, Sanders rolled out the red carpet, and Morgan noticed. With offers from Auburn, Georgia, Bama, Florida, and Clemson, it's a crowded battle, but Coach Prime just made it interesting. Morgan is no ordinary talent. 70 catches, 1,162 yards, and 14 TDs in 2024. On top of that, he averaged 19.4 YPC as a sophomore, 16.6 as a junior. So the speed, polish, and production scream star. Now in Prime's offense, Morgan could be the next game changer. Simply put, Deion Sanders' NFL-heavy staff might be CU's biggest selling point for Morgan. Playing early, building my brand, and learning under Coach Prime, that could be my fast track to the NFL, said Morgan. With Hall of Famers like Marshall Faulk and Warren Sapp, plus NFL vets like Jason Phillips, it's a pro pipeline. Even Boulder left a mark. The city, the mountains, very different from the South, but I really enjoyed it, added Morgan. Moreover, after his visit, Morgan dropped a pick in Buffs gear, and QB Julian Lewis replied, easy. So the message? The future WR1 may have found his QB. However, Morgan's commitment on July 2nd could ignite a full-blown recruiting war. Alabama's already hosted him for A-Day and will bring him back June 20, hoping to seal the deal. At 6'4", 210 pounds, Morgan's a red zone nightmare with a Julio Jones frame and elite body control. He's explosive downfield and wins the 50-50s with ease. While Auburn and Georgia are lurking, Alabama's momentum and track record with WRs makes them the frontrunner. But don't count out Deion Sanders, who's pushing hard to flip the script.